Hello, welcome to Spirituality Simplified. Today we're going to be talking about meditation. And I'm really excited about this one because I really feel like it's needed. I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there about meditation and exactly what it is and what is entailed in meditation. So I really want to take this time to really clarify and simplify, right? In the spirit of this podcast, Spirituality Simplified, I want to make meditation simplified for you because it's so healthy and beneficial and important, but it can be really intimidating. And there's so much information out there, and there's a lot of, like I said, misconceptions about it. So I think it turns people away. And I know that when I first started, I didn't know what it was. I had no idea. I was like, what exactly is meditation? What are we trying to accomplish here? So, I went on a long journey with meditation, as a lot of people have. I took a class on it. I listened to guided meditations. I tried different ways. And I really discovered that, through this process that there's so many different ways, and it doesn't have to be complicated, and it can be fun. Yes, meditation can be fun. So we're going to talk about all these different ways that you can meditate, and you can decide what you resonate with the most. That's the most important thing. There's so many different kinds, right? Like the main goal with meditation is to really just relax, connect with your inner light, your soul, your center, and so that it clears your mind so that you're able to receive intuitive information, right? And there's lots of different benefits. We'll talk about that as well. But as long as that's your goal in mind, that's your intention, it doesn't matter how you get there. So that's the beauty of meditation, is there's so many different ways. And the goal is not to overwhelm you with different ways. The goal is to provide you with different options so that you have that freedom and you don't feel restricted to one particular way. So let's just dive in. Again, I'm so excited you're here. Thank you so much. I feel like this is a really important topic. I talk about meditation a lot. You'll probably hear about it all the time. You're probably hearing like, you gotta meditate. You're like, fine, okay, well, what does that mean? So let's talk about what is meditation. Essentially, it's a time for you to take some time out of your day just for you. So meditation's like the ultimate self-care act. You're finding a quiet place and space, and you're trying to clear your mind, relax your body, and just let things flow. That's really the essence of meditation. It doesn't have to be something super complicated. Like, I know you are not, I know I did. I thought, I see all these visions and pictures of, like Buddhist monks and really enlightened people sitting in lotus position for hours on end in complete stillness and silence, right? And that's an awesome way to meditate. If you can do that, that's wonderful, but that's not the only way. So I'm here to dispel that whole myth or maybe stereotype of meditation that it has to be where you're just sitting there and trying to clear your mind. And again, that is a goal of it, but I know that's really difficult for a lot of people, especially right now with your busy lives and all the stuff going on around us. It's hard. It's hard to really clear your mind and calm yourself and really just let everything flow. That's hard to get into. So I think that's one of the main reasons people quit meditation, or they're just not interested at all, because it seems difficult when you think of it that way, right? But again, we're going to talk about so many different ways that you can do it so you can make it fun and fit it into your day to whatever is good for you. So again, meditation is really just a time to quiet your mind and really be in the present moment. I think mindfulness is the one word that comes to me the most when I think of meditation, because we're so focused on thinking about the future or the past or, that to-do list we have to do, that a lot of times we don't take the time to really just sit in the moment and pay attention to your surroundings and where you are and how you feel in that moment. That's super important, right? That's connecting. That's another really big reason why we need to meditate is because it allows that space and time for us to connect back with ourselves. You know, so many people have families and they spend so much time taking care of others, but you tend to forget about your own self, and that's so important. So meditation gives you that time and that space to connect with your inner light, your inner child, and your soul. That's super, super important. So, and again, you know, it's a time to connect with your spirituality, connecting with your inner light and your true self. That is your soul. And when you connect with your soul, you're connecting with your spirituality. And you can even take this as a time to connect with your spirit guides or your angels. You know, really, this is the great way, because it's the idea, again, is to calm your mind and body, to allow those messages and that intuition to come through. Because when we've got all this chatter going on and you're thinking about the million things you've got to do, you're not really focusing on that inner voice who's trying to tell you what you really need, right? So, and again, you know, meditation can also just be a time for you to relax. Give yourself permission. Give yourself 5 minutes a day to just sit still and relax and take some deep breaths and connect with your body, and allow your body that time to just, okay, I'm going to recalibrate, you know, because we just go, go, go. We've got, you know, your mind's racing, your body's racing. Like we need that time to recharge a little bit. So that's great too. You can just use meditation as a way to relax after a long day, or maybe even in the middle of the day. If you're stressed out, take a moment, take some deep breaths, connect with yourself again, and then you can go back to whatever task you were doing, probably more clear-headed, calmer. So, you know, it's a meditation. There's so many amazing benefits. And the great thing is, again, as long, you know, there's so many different ways. And as long as you're connecting with yourself, then you can choose whichever way you want to go about that. So, you know, meditation's very fluid. It's creative. It's inspirational. And it's very personal. You know, there's no right or wrong way to do it, which is the beauty of it. You can't mess it up, I promise. So that's one good thing. Just, whew, okay, I'm relieved about that. So, you know, some religions are really strict about meditation. You know, sometimes they want you to do it a certain way, right? But again, I want to encourage you to throw out any of those preconceptions that you have about meditation. Just go with the flow and be free with it. Just feel what feels good to you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing or what you're supposed to be doing. You do what feels good for you. So again, you know, meditation is the ultimate self-care and self-love act that you can do. So it's really worth at least giving it a shot. And that's what I ask of you today. That's my call to action, is to at least try it. If you're not already meditating, or if you've had a bad experience before, just throw that all away, start over, blank slate, and just give it a shot and see how it goes. So let's talk about the benefits of meditation. And again, there's so many. I probably won't capture them all, but these are just some of the ones that came to me as I was thinking about this episode. So let's talk about the physical body, right? So we've got physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual bodies. And so with our physical body, you know, when we take time to relax and calm our bodies, there's so many beautiful physical elements. So it allows your body time to heal and regenerate and recharge and calibrate back to the nice homeostasis that it wants to be in, right? Nice and balanced. So, you know, it helps with relaxation. It relieves tension in your muscles, and you're giving your body just a time just to relax. It helps with stress relief too. And when you're taking deep breaths and allowing your mind to clear and getting rid of all that chatter in your mind, you give your nervous system a break. Because a lot of times, I mean, a lot of people are running, go, 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 in fight or flight sometimes, anxious, depressed, like all of that is taking a huge toll on your nervous system. So meditation really gives your nervous system a break and a time to recharge and regenerate. And it can also improve your sleep. It's a great thing to do if you have trouble falling asleep. It's so great to just do a meditation before you go to bed, and it'll help you fall asleep. It'll help you get better sleep overall. And it elevates your mood in general because you're getting better sleep and you're relaxed, right? So you're able to conquer your day a lot better. And so, there's also emotional benefits too. Meditation can help calm your reactions and your triggers to emotional stressors. So when you're calm and you're in a good balanced state, you can react to adversity a lot easier and better than if you were in this tense, tight state, right? So it helps you handle, difficult situations better, and it provides more emotional balance. And, the great thing too is it opens your heart, and it opens your heart to be able to give as well as receive. That's so important. I think it's so important to remember that we do need to receive love as well. And meditation and getting in connection with your true self and your soul and your heart, that's going to open your heart up, so you'll be able to love yourself more, and you'll be able to love other people better as well. So it's beautiful. There's some mental benefits as well. So with clearing your mind, it's going to help you to think more clearly and be more focused. It's going to help you make better decisions throughout your day and your personal life and even at work, right? It allows for more inspiration and creativity, because when you don't have all that stuff going on in your head, then you can hear and receive those aha moments and that flash of inspiration or that idea. So it's because you've got that clear mind. It calms the ego, and we're talking about that the mental chatter, that part of your being that really wants to hold on to the fear, and tells you that anytime that you are talking negatively, you're judgmental about yourself, that is your ego. That is not your spirit. That's not your true self and soul. So the meditation allows you to set your ego aside and give your ego a break and say, okay, you're fine. Step over there for a minute. We're going to connect with our true self and soul and be in our happy place. So it really helps to relieve that negative self-chatter, those limiting beliefs you have. I mean, again, I could go on and on. And of course, the spiritual aspects of meditation. It enhances your connection with your soul. If you take time every day to connect with your soul, it's going to get easier and more clear, and you're going to be able to do that throughout your day without sitting in meditation. It allows you time for you to connect with your spiritual support system, your angels and your guides and your ancestors and animal totems and all that wonderful spiritual support system that you have. So that's a great time to really connect and ask questions, get guidance, or whatever you need spiritually. And it can help clarify your soul purpose. If you've been struggling with trying to figure out what you want to do in life, you don't have that clarity or direction. If you spend time meditating and connecting with your soul and your inner light and clearing your mind, that's going to be able to come forth a lot more quickly and clearly. It also helps you just experience more joy and love in your life, because you're opening your heart and you're tapping into your inner child, and you're experiencing the beauty of being with spirit, because that's your true self. That is your true essence and who you are. And so it helps you experience that love and joy that you can tap into anytime you need to. And of course, it promotes inner peace, because when you're connecting with spirit, you're getting the answers that are aligned with you. And when you make good, healthy decisions in your life that are aligned, then good things are going to start happening. It's going to be easy. It's going to start to flow. and it's gonna be peaceful. Amen to that, right? Like, we all need some inner peace right now. I think that's super important. So let's talk about the ways to meditate. This is going to be my favorite part because there's so many cool, fun ways that you can meditate, and you're probably going to be surprised and be like, well, I didn't really think about that as a meditation, but that's the beauty of it. You can make it whatever you need it to be. So, of course, let's talk about the classic way that you always think of, and this is still a great way to do it, and if you can do it, this is awesome. Is just to be present and to be still. So you can try this by, finding a quiet, calm place that you will not be disturbed, and you can lay down on a yoga mat. You can lay on a bed. You can sit in a chair. You can sit in lotus position. Whatever feels comfortable for you. I actually prefer to sit in a chair. For some reason, I don't really like laying down doing meditation, but a lot of people really enjoy that. So you find what feels good for you. And you take this time to really take some deep breaths and try to clear your mind. And if you do have thoughts that come in, the goal is not to judge them or, feel bad or beat up on yourself because you had a thought. Like, that's okay. Just acknowledge it and then let it go. And, it's the breathing. If you have a hard time concentrating or letting thoughts go, if you've got your mind that's racing, you just got off of work or something, you can try to really just focus on breathing. That is such a great way to be in the moment and be present in your body and allow your body to relax. And again, your nervous system to relax. So just take deep breaths, and you can, breathe in for 5 seconds, count to 5, holding it, and then exhale for 5 seconds and count. And that's going to keep your mind focused on the task at hand, which is breathing, right? And then you'll notice by the time you get down, you can do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. By the time you get to 1, you're going to feel really relaxed. Your mind's going to be calm. And then you can get into that theta state. So the theta is a meditative, it's a brainwave state that is when you get into a meditative state. So it's calm. It's like right before you fall asleep. You're still awake, and you're coherent. You can, hear and know what's going on, but you're really, really relaxed and super calm. So that's a great state. And, when we do healing, that's an ideal state for your body to be in because it allows your body to heal because it's very calm and relaxed. So again, the number one reason why people don't meditate or they quit or they don't even start to begin with is because they think that it has to be this long process. Like you have to sit there for hours and you have to sit super still. And again, if you can do that, that's awesome. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can try this kind of meditation just 5 minutes a day. You can do it when you first wake up. You can do it before you go to bed. Anytime throughout your day, you can do this. So, again, I don't want this particular type to, frustrate you, intimidate you, or confuse you. But, and if it does, then you know what? Maybe that doesn't resonate with you. And you're going to see here in this episode how many different ways that you can do it. But I did want to at least talk about the most traditional classic way because it's still very effective and it's still really a beautiful experience. So I would say try it, give it a shot and see how it goes. If not, then move on. So another way is exercise. So this one might be a little surprising or some of you might actually really resonate with this because exercising when you're in a flow, right? And you're like focused on that task at hand, you're in that moment, and it can be a really beautiful meditation. I know a lot of people who feel that running is their meditation. It's a time for them to connect with their body. They're able to clear their mind. They think and get these ideas of creativity and inspiration. And a lot of people like to run outside too. So you get to be in nature and like feel the wind on your face and the sun. And Oh, there's so many great benefits to it, right? So that absolutely, exercise is a great way. And it's interesting too, if you've heard of Soul Cycle, they are a company that's trying to demonstrate this concept, right? So it's an indoor cycling company. So you go to these classes and they set the classes up as almost like a meditation, right? So they really encourage that to be a time that's just for you. And there's even a part of the class towards the end where you slow down, they put some slower music on, and they guide you through a short meditation, and you set your intention of what you want to accomplish. And it's really cool, actually. I really enjoy those types of classes. So it's kind of neat that they're trying, that's exactly what they're trying to do, is show that you can use that time as sort of a meditation for yourself. But again, if you don't dig indoor cycling or running, I mean, there's so many different other types of exercise that can allow you to connect with yourself and really, feel your body and allow all that stress and all that from the day just to kind of go away. And it's your time. It's all about you, right? The goal is to something enjoyable, right? I don't know if like slaving away in the gym is necessarily meditation, but you get what I'm trying to say. Okay, another way too is to just be in nature. Nature, just being surrounded by nature will just automatically by default put you into a meditative state. And it's so beautiful because it's quiet and it's still and it's really purposeful. So when you're outside, think about adapting to the pace of nature and really reflecting the way that nature moves. This can be as simple as, walking in your neighborhood and just noticing the trees swaying in the wind, or noticing now it's fall, the leaves that are falling and floating around. Notice the birds chirping, just stopping, just being in that moment, being present and paying attention to your surroundings and looking at how beautiful nature really is. You can notice the different elements, right? Earth, water, fire, air, wind. I mean, think about the seasons and the cycles and think about how they relate to your life, right? We're very much like nature. And nature just, it has its specific cycle, and it goes through different seasons, and that's just like us, right? We go through different seasons of our lives. So take some time, to really think about that. Just notice the little things that you don't normally notice. We're outside in nature a lot probably, but we don't take a lot of times we don't take the time to really stop and really pay attention to everything around us and look at it from a completely different perspective. And when you do this, it can help you solve a problem or a dilemma, right? Because you're looking at something from a different perspective, and it helps to inspire that, creativity and that inspiration that you've been needing maybe, or it helps you to see a certain situation or problem differently, so then you're able to solve it. So it's amazing. I mean, it's so simple. Again, just being in nature, just spending time and being one with nature. Now, you can also do a very nature-specific meditation, which is kind of cool too. So let's say you go into nature, and that can be whatever that is for you. That can be sitting by a tree in your front yard. It can be taking a hike, in a forest or mountain, or just sticking your feet in a creek or some kind of water, right? So when you do this, maybe pick up a rock or a leaf or a branch and really study it. Really look at that object and see, how does it look? Really, really study and examine all of the details. How does it feel in your hand? Is it heavy? Is it light? Does it have a smell? Does it have a sound? I probably wouldn't taste it, but you get what I'm saying. Like, it's using your senses and really focusing on that piece of nature and seeing if whatever thoughts or emotions arise as you do this experiment. It's really cool. Try it. It sounds really simple again, but it's really effective, and you might come up with some really aha cool moments just being in that moment and allowing your mind to just calm and to focus on this one thing. And you can also study lots of things in nature. You can study an essential oil and its energy. You can study an herb or a plant, a crystal, incense, whatever, you feel connected to, and allow those vibrations and the energy from that piece of the earth to speak to you and give you a message, because they all do. They all have their own messages and purpose here, and they can help you if you feel that energy from earth. So that's a really, really great, cool meditation. Highly recommend that. Now, of course, I want to talk about breathing. I mentioned it a little bit before, but breathing is so important. This is something that's actually been on my mind a lot recently. I've really discovered that I can find myself holding my breath sometimes, and I'm like, oh, I gotta release that, right? I gotta send that down to the earth and let her transmute that excess energy that I'm holding in and transmute that into love. So, breathing, again, that's going to help calm your body physically. It's going to help calm your mind and get you in that really clear, calm space. So, especially, again, if you have a hard time sitting still or quieting your mind, this is such a great way. So you can, try, counting your breaths. That's a great one. And you can do this several times throughout the day. If you're feeling stressed, sit at work or wherever you are, just take some deep breaths. That will really help to calm you and center you again. And you can also maybe take some time and breathe in, thinking of something that you want to bring into your life. Like, I want to breathe in peace. Breathe out anxiety, or whatever it is for you. You can insert whatever you need and do that several times. That's another really beautiful way to use breathing to connect with your body, your mind, and your spirit. And, breathing allows you to ground into the earth as well and connect really with your body. Counting your breaths helps you, be in the moment, calms your mind, and it helps you, again, you can release and let go of all of that tension and anxiety and give it to the earth to take care of. She can do that really easily. Just imagine that going through your body, out your feet, down into the core of the earth, and just ask the earth, transmute this into love. Thank you. I love you. The earth's pretty powerful. She is amazing. So she's here to help you as well. And breathing is a great way to connect with the earth. Now, you can also do chanting. So you're probably thinking, oh gosh, what is that? Or you think of like the monks chanting, which is so beautiful, right? Or there's the Gregorian chants. There's some really beautiful chanting out there. And that can mean a lot of different things, right? And it may seem silly when you're doing it, but if you're by yourself, and you're in a quiet place and no one can hear you, and you like to express yourself vocally, this is a great way to meditate. It not only calms your mind and allows you to focus, but the vibrations from your voice that radiates all throughout your body, and it balances all of your chakras. And, it's so healing in so many ways. There's lots of different ways to chant. You can, chant a different mantra, such as Om. Like, that's an example, right? Or you can chant different vowel sounds. You can do like E, O, you get the gist. It seems silly again, but just if you can just get over that piece of it, you can really feel those vibrations. It's really cool, and that will get you centered and calm really quickly. You can try to create your own chant. That's kind of cool, like your own little song. And do it every morning when you wake up. You know, just get your body going. Everything's alive. You're singing out to the heavens. Singing too. That's always a great one. You know, and so if you resonate with your voice, chanting might be a really great way for you to meditate. I wanted to talk about too, listening to guided meditations. So, you know, again, if you have a hard time doing this on your own, or you have a hard time just, you know, sitting in silence or focusing on breathing, try a guided meditation. They are awesome. And there's so many different ones out there on every topic that you can imagine. So if you need more love, if you want peace, if you want, you know, more connection in your relationship, there's ones that you can do with your partner. There's ones that can help you to connect with your spirit guide. You name it. There is a guided meditation out there. I actually create guided meditations as well. And if you go to my website and you subscribe to my mailing list, you get a free guided meditation that I created. So definitely check that out if you're interested. It's really cool. But again, there's so many different great ones, and you can find them on YouTube for free. You can get them on the Insight Timer app, which is free. Calm is an app that's really popular. I think you have to pay for that one, but people really like that one. And again, you can find them anywhere. So those are really nice to, you know, put some headphones in, some earbuds, listen to that before you go to bed, or if you're feeling stressed, you can pop one in. There's different lengths. You can do hour-long meditations if you have the time. You can do a 2-minute meditation. They're all going to be really beneficial and helpful. So I definitely recommend, maybe if you're just starting out, to start with a guided meditation and then see if you can move on to your own after that. Another thing too, if you resonate with sound and you like music, I really recommend checking out Binaural Beats. So that's B-I-N-A-U-R-A-L, binaural. And these are beats and music that's specifically created to entrain your brain and your right and left hemispheres to create that theta state that I mentioned before. And so there's some really great music out there. You can search for that, again, on YouTube. You can look, you know, Apple Music or wherever you find your music. Steve Halpern is a really great musician, and he has some great albums out there that are designed to move you into a theta state, and they're based on the, you know, binaural beats. And so it's really, really relaxing. You kind of get into that like trance state. So that's really cool. So if you dig sound, binaural beats might be your jam. So definitely check those out. Those are pretty cool. I like those. Okay, so let's talk about a walking meditation. That might seem a little weird too, but that's actually kind of cool, and it's fun, right? It's light, it's easy. So the next time you take a walk around your neighborhood, try to be really mindful of your steps. You know, really look at your feet and place one foot in front of the other, and notice that foot placement. You know, notice your feet, how they feel. Notice the balance. Really pay attention to how you're walking and how that makes the rest of your body feel. So just, you know, this allows you just to be in that moment again, and for all of those racing thoughts to just disappear, and for you to connect with yourself. Because again, that's the goal of meditation. It's just calm yourself, connect, and enjoy. And again, you know, we've talked about this. So I've talked about this with several meditations, but you can do a specific meditation just focusing on your senses. So like we did with the nature meditation, you can do that with any object, right? Take a pen from your desk and use all 5 senses to really examine this object and see how it feels. See what emotions come up for you. And you know, these emotions and thoughts, this is your true self, your soul talking to you. because you're giving it permission. You're paying attention to it, and you're giving that space for those messages to come through. So this one's super easy and simple, and it doesn't seem like it would be a meditation, but it's really cool actually. Like, for example, I did this with like a mechanical pencil recently, and as I was looking at it and feeling it and smelling it, it reminded me of my childhood. It reminded me of being in grade school, and that brought back so many fun memories, and it reminded me and inspired my inner child, right? So like, you'll be surprised. Just be open. Just be open to whatever comes to you, and be open to the experience. That's the main thing. That's all I ask of you. Being creative is so important. This is an awesome way to meditate. And this is one I think that we tend to forget a lot with our busy lives, but it's so incredibly important. Being creative allows you to let go, be in the moment, and experience joy and inspiration. And again, tap into your inner child, just letting yourself go. If you're needing to find an answer to something, then, or come up with an idea, express your creativity in whichever way that you enjoy and that you love. This could be anything from drawing, painting, building, designing. It could be writing, whatever you resonate with, and whatever creative outlet you love, do that. That is such a great way to be in the moment, allow your mind to relax, and allow yourself to connect with your inner light. Beautiful. Such a great one. Setting intentions is another one I wanted to mention, and this could be something to do with any kind of meditation that you're doing. And really just the simple act of setting an intention for the day is really meditative, because you're taking a moment to be really still, to be present, and to connect with your true self by asking, what do I need today? What does my true self need today? And then you can set an intention around that. And that kind of sets the tone for your day on a really positive note. And with it, before you do any of these activities, set your intention. What do you want to accomplish with that? I wish to really calm my mind. I wish to relieve anxiety. I wish to connect with my true self. Whatever you want to gain from meditation, set that intention in the beginning, and you'll notice a difference. So I just wanted to throw that one in there. And then we have, of course, classic, again, another classic way is through like yoga or Tai Chi or Qigong. These are all beautiful, ancient Asian meditation practices that focus on physical movements. So there's typically like a sequence of movements with these activities that require you to be focused in the moment. And this allows your mind to really connect with your body through movement and breath. And at the end of most yoga sessions, there's even a dedicated time specifically for meditation. It's that laying down, the first one we talked about. They call this Shavasana, or corpse pose is another way that they refer to it. And so you're laying down and you're allowing your mind and body to completely relax and really melt into the ground, which is connecting you with earth and spirit. So if you resonate with yoga, I'll be honest, yoga is kind of hard for me. I struggle with it. I have like a love-hate relationship with yoga. No, it's wonderful. There's so many great benefits, but I'm really not flexible, and I think it's important to find a good place that you like. The teacher is really important, but again, just this, for simplicity's sake and for this episode, yoga is such a great way to meditate, because you're in that moment, you're connecting with your body, you're connecting with your spirit and your breath, and it's just beautiful. It's a great practice. And so if you love yoga, oh my gosh, I highly, highly recommend it. I like Tai Chi and Qigong. Those are kind of my personal favorites, but again, try different things. That's what's so cool. It's fun. This is where it gets fun. Just explore, have fun with it. Another one I want to talk about is journaling. This is so cool. Journaling is a big one. I recommend that for anyone. At least just give it a shot, especially if you like writing. If that's what you resonate to, you're a good writer. You don't even have to be a good writer. Let me scratch that. Ignore that. If you like to write, it doesn't matter if you think you're good or not, whatever. If you like it, start a journal. That is such a great way. You can, do it by hand. I have like this beautiful journal. I love buying really pretty ones. Like this one is so pretty. Oh my gosh. If you're listening on the podcast, it's this beautiful, it looks like stained glass. It's really cool. Like a forest with some mountains. It's really pretty. And so you can buy a really beautiful journal, and if you like writing, write in it. Me personally, I actually like to type. I know that sounds boring, but when I'm channeling and I'm receiving intuitive information from my guides, from my true self, it comes so fast to me that typing is a better medium for me. I can type really quickly, and so that's personally what I do most of it. But I do write some in my journal, but I do a lot of it in Microsoft Word. Again, it's not glamorous or anything, but I've got lots of journals that you can share. Like my Akashic Record journal is up to like 150 pages now, so it's great. But again, that's journaling. It gives you that time to really connect with your inner light and your true self, and it's really allows those thoughts and those ideas and those messages from your true self to come through. And you can also draw or color, doodle, sketch, whatever, if you have an actual physical book. Like that's one of the nice things about having an actual journal you write in, is you can do all those. That's a little more difficult with Word. You can certainly add images in Word, but maybe that's that resonates more with you, and you can use like colored pencils or whatever. But again, just do what works for you. There's no right or wrong way to journal. It just allows you to connect with your true self. It allows you to release whatever's blocking you, whatever's plaguing you. Just let it out. It's such a great way to just release and flow, and it lets you to get it all out and then let it all go. And then it's good. It's so cathartic and meditative in that way. So again, I highly recommend journaling and at least giving it a try. If you've never done it or you don't feel like you like to write or anything, just try it and see how it works. And again, the great thing is, if it doesn't resonate, you move on and you try something else. Another one that I want to talk about is working with a mala. So for the YouTube watchers, you can see I'm showing you my necklace that I'm wearing, and it's a beaded necklace. It's called a mala, and it has like little fringes at the end. And the mala it's a bunch of beads. There's actually 108 specifically, and I kind of refer to the mala as like the rosary. It's like a rosary that people who ascribe to Catholicism, they use. So like in a rosary, there's beads, and the goal with that is you touch the bead and you say a prayer. So it's typically the Our Father or Hail Mary, or whichever prayer you want to say on that bead. So the mala is similar in that you hold the bead, and you go through the different beads and holding them, but you say a mantra or an affirmation that you're needing. For example, let's say you're really needing some courage for whatever you're wanting to do, right? Maybe you have a big presentation, or maybe you want to make a big career change and you're really needing some courage. So you can take the mala, you can hold the bead, and you can repeat to yourself, I am brave. And then you move to the next bead and you say it again, I am brave. So you say this 108 times and you go around. And so that is such a great way. I mean, that's repeating the affirmation not only allows you to be in that present moment, but it allows you to connect with your true self and your soul. and it helps you manifest what you need, right? Such as courage in this example I just gave. Like, you're manifesting that by saying those, and you're drilling that into your mind, body, and spirit. So, and the cool thing too is that with this, your brain literally rewires when you do affirmations and when you think positive thoughts. It frees your mind from all the negative self-chatter that you're having in that very moment, but it also frees it in the future. Your brain remembers this. It's just fascinating. Your brain's really, really super smart. It's pretty cool. So I know that was a lot of information, and there's lots of ways that you can meditate. So I hope that this gives you some of that inspiration and maybe relieves some of that pressure or that confusion for you of having to do it one way or for a certain amount of time. You just make it whatever you need it to be. There's all these different ways help you to connect with your innermost self and your spirituality, right? And that's the goal. That's what you always want to remember. How can I just take some time out of my day for myself to check in with my true self and soul, see what I need, and to really allow my mind, body, and spirit just to connect and be one and feel really calm and centered, right? That's the goal. So, I always say, just give it a shot, right? Have some fun with it. Explore. Try different things. You might be inspired to meditate one way today, and you might be inspired to meditate one way tomorrow. Just go with it. Go with the flow. Go with whatever comes to you. That is absolutely perfect. And just keep trying it and make it a daily habit. If you can do that, just give it 5 minutes. Start small. Give it 2 minutes. Whatever works for you. Just try for every day for 2 weeks and just see how it goes. Or I think they say like to make a habit, it's like 21 days or something. So do 3 weeks, whatever you feel works for you. And just try it. And the more you do it, I think the more benefits you're going to start to receive and notice. And the more that you're going to start noticing the changes in your life. You're going to notice the changes in your inner light and your mood and your overall sense of well-being. You'll start to, if you give it time, you're going to start to notice all the beautiful things that are occurring because you're allowing yourself that time and that space to connect with your inner self. So again, I hope that this episode really relieves that pressure around meditating and inspires you to implement it into your daily practice. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be time consuming. It really is meant to be light and bright and bring you into that freedom and joy. Just think of it from that perspective and you'll think of it in a different light. It's like, oh, okay, meditation sounds pretty cool, right? I want that. I want some freedom and joy. Who doesn't, right? So, make it a part of your day that you really look forward to. Make it fun. Make it personalized to you. And you know what? You might even discover new ways of meditating that we didn't talk about. I mean, again, this isn't the be-all, end-all list here. There's lots of different ways. You can figure out and, what works for you. And you'll find something that you really love and brings you that peace and joy. So, and if you do, oh my gosh, please share. I would love to hear some new ways of meditating. Share how you meditate. What works for you? That would be awesome. I'm always looking for ways to find, peace and enlightenment. So whatever you have, whatever you can share, oh my gosh, that would be awesome. So again, that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much. I really hope this was helpful. I just wanted to make a few announcements, say a few things and wrap up. I wanted to just remind you, if this episode resonates, or if you still feel like you're struggling you're confused, you're having a hard time finding some clarity in your life, or you're having a hard time finding purpose, what you're here to do, you're confused, I want to let you know I do offer a program, and it's the Sound the Call of Your Soul program that helps you to really connect back with your inner light and find that clarity. So check it out. Go to my website, soulhealingwithallie.com/programs is where you can find that. And also wanted to remind you again to, when you're going to my website, Soul Healing with Allie, to go ahead and subscribe to my mailing list and get all the fun free goodies. You get the free meditation when you sign up, and then you get my monthly digests, which are full of all sorts of fun spiritual goodies, free meditations, all sorts of cool stuff. So definitely check that out. And of course, if you have any questions, any comments, please leave them on my YouTube channel. You can email me at Allie, A-L-I, at soulhealingwithallie.com. You can comment on my blog, and again, if you are listening to this and you want to read it, or you want some more detailed information, you can find this on my blog, and it's Meditation Simplified is the name of the blog. So again, that's on my website. So anyway, I appreciate your time. I'm so thrilled that you're connecting with me today to learn more about meditation. I hope you get as excited about it as I do, and I hope that this inspires you to go out and try it and share with us what you experience, and really find that inner light, connect with that inner child. And the most important part is to have fun. That is the one thing I want to really hone in on, is spiritual work can be fun. It really can. And that's actually the crux of my whole program. So again, thank you for joining me today. I love you. You're such a wonderful part of my life. I hope that this is really helpful. So remember to keep it simple, but keep it spiritual. Actually, I messed that up. Remember to keep it spiritual, but keep it simple. Thanks, guys. See you next time.